I hope my son's antics don't disturb you.
Madam, were it in my power to sentence him to 30 days hard labor, they would not disturb me in the slightest.
Smashing day for it. On holiday?
No.
Oh, Leslie. It isn't true. Oh, beg pardon, ma'am.
Miss.
Yes, of course, yes. Have to be, wouldn't it?
Damn fool. I suppose I'll be expected to tend to his wounds after he piles up, and I no fear of that. No one injured, at least. No apparent damage to the cars. Young fool must lead a charmed life.
That's the lot. My money's on the servants. The servant's usually always the guilty one in the end.
Welcome to Sticklehaven, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Davis, the harbour master.
Sorry. Waiting for me.
That's everyone then. The other bags are already on board the boat there.
Blimey. It must be him. In the flesh.
All set, Narracott?
Ready, sir.
Right. I'll leave it to you then. Sea's calm. Should be a pleasant crossing. If you leave now, there's a squall coming. I can smell it.
Why is it called Shipwreck Island?
Well, the weather can turn nasty quickly. There are many submerged rocks, lots of wrecks hereabouts, and that big rock at the tip is said to resemble a beached schooner. The locals call it Ship Rock.
You're not from around these parts, then, Mr. Narracott?
No, sir, I'm not.
It'll never work.
If you would be so good as to follow that path up to the house, my wife will show you to your rooms. I expect you'd all like to freshen up after your journey. Where's Fred?
Under the weather. I took his place.
You'd be the brother then. I see the resemblance. Will you help me with the bags?
Yes. I've been hoping to get a look at the house.
Chapter 1. 10 little sailor boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9.
Thank you for your assistance, Mr. Narracott. Everything and everyone nicely in place. I must say I don't much like these clouds. I expect you should be heading back without delay.
Now it begins. Don't worry, Fred. I won't let you down. No, just a drizzle. It's going to get much worse. I don't think he's in the mood for conversation. I should return to my boat to retrieve some supplies before I begin any real investigating. I should return to my boat to retrieve some supplies before I begin any real investigating. Lit. This island isn't as primitive as I imagined. No, these rocks are too precarious to climb. I'd better stick to the path. Someone wrecked my boat. Fred won't be too happy about this. Scuttled. I wonder who would have done such a thing. The sea looks daunting. Wouldn't want to be caught out there without a good motor. The sea looks daunting. The grass is slippery and the slope is steep. I'd best stick to the path.
Mr. Narracott, why are you still on the island?
Someone scuttled my boat.
Scuttled? Wrecked, you mean? But who on earth would do such a thing?
I intend to find out.
But that means who will come for us on Monday?
Unless this storm lets up, no one.
Dear me, dear me. Come in, come in. You'll catch your death out here. I must help my wife prepare dinner. I'll have her fix you up something in the kitchen.
Thank you.
Where he's going to sleep, I'll never know. Ethel won't like this one bit.
It won't help my brother if I'm drowned in the storm. Fresh flowers. Quite pretty. It's an albatross. I can't say I'm particularly fond of the painting. The subject matter doesn't interest me. I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me. I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me. I don't need to lug this around with me. I don't need it, and I'm no pack rat. It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working. It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working. That doesn't make sense. That isn't such a good idea.
Your shot, Judge.
Yes. You haven't left me much, I confess.
I knew judges listened to confessions. I never knew they made them as well.
Oh, some judges may have cause. Some doctors as well, I expect.
A radiator. You can't have enough of them, really.
May I ask you a question? This is not a time for idle chatter.
Not that I'd want to play, even if there was time. I've no talent for the game whatsoever. May I interrupt for a moment?
Please, Mr. Narracott, this is a time for concentration, not conversation.
It's tightly locked. I can't open it. It's locked. Interesting painting. Birds don't appeal to me, but someone here certainly fancies them. The door is locked. An upstairs-downstairs type of thing, I imagine. It would certainly be noticed if I rifled through his luggage. I'd better not. I can't open it. It's locked. It's tightly locked. It's locked fast.
My wife is indisposed, not receiving visitors today.
Your wife, sir?
What?
Your wife?
My wife? Yes. Leslie. I'm sorry, my boy. I was wool gathering, miles away. My apologies. Must dress for dinner now. Send my orderly to me if you will. No, that's not right. What was I thinking? I must get ready for dinner now.
Yes? Oh, Mr. Narracott, I had a question for you. Have you heard anything in Sticklehaven about this house being set up as a guest house?
No, Miss Brent.
No. Mrs. Rogers hasn't either. And who are the Owens?
I haven't met them yet.
Would it surprise you to learn neither have Mr. and Mrs. Rogers? It's odd. Very odd. If you'll excuse me, Mr. Narracott, I must make dinner preparations. I don't wish to be disturbed.
Oh, Mr. Narracott, I thought that you'd left us.
Someone scuttled my boat.
Oh, but that's dreadful. Surely the harbour master will send another boat when you're missed.
Not in this storm, I'm afraid. And even then, it won't be reported.
Why ever not?
My brother. He knew I might not be immediately back.
I'm terribly sorry for your trouble. The Owens should be arriving shortly. I'm sure you can get a ride back in that boat. If you'll excuse me, I must get ready for dinner.
Narracott? I thought you'd be long gone by now. That storm's getting pretty fierce.
Somebody scuttled my boat.
I saw Blore watching you like a hawk eyes its dinner. Could it have been him?
Possibly.
Any idea why?
I'd rather not say.
Suit yourself. I'd better get ready for dinner.
This clock has stopped. Tile and marble. Quite expensive from the look of it. Towel racks. Brass by the look of them. A radiator. You can't have enough of them, really. This window leads out to the balcony. It's locked fast. Locked. Polished marble spheres and some books. Nothing worth investigating further. I copied the contents into my notebook. I can't see anything of interest. I see nothing remarkable. Nothing else to see about that. A radiator. Polished marble spheres and some books.
Once a bent copper, always a bent copper. Right, Fred?
You're talking through your hat. You were the Purcell gang's inside man on the force, not my brother.
Your brother? Don't try to kid me, Fred. There's still a handsome reward out for you.
Fred is my brother. I'm Patrick Fane.
No reason for me to believe you that I can see. There's still a big reward out for Fred Fane.
You scuttled my boat to trap me here.
You recognized me, too. I saw it in your eyes.
Only because Davis showed Fred the passenger list yesterday. I came in my brother's place. We didn't think you might mistake me for him. Fred is 8 years older than me. Look closely, Blore.
You do look young. I noticed that. Thought it must be the sea air.
You were taking the Purcells' bribes for years. After the Landor case, people began to ask questions. The Purcells needed what the Yank detective novels call a fall guy. My brother was framed. You were in the clear.
Your whole story sounds like a detective novel.
I've never stopped trying to clear Fred's name and put you in Dartmoor prison where you belong. Thanks to your greed, I may now have that chance.
Maybe you're Patrick, maybe you're Fred. I don't know, and I don't much care. You're either a criminal, or you've been harboring one all these years. I wonder what my fellow guests will think of that. Go on, Mr. Narracott. Hop it. I need to prepare for dinner. Go on. I have business in this room. You don't.
I don't think going through that would...
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Nothing out of order in here. I'd best not take anything, though. I'm sure he would notice.
I'd best not take that. He might need it and would certainly notice its absence. I'd best not... I can't open it. It's locked. Locked.
May I ask you a question? This is not a time for idle chatter.
It's locked fast. Fresh flowers. Quite pretty. It won't help my brother if I'm drowned in the storm. It's a rather ostentatious painting. I can't see anything of interest. A place for everything and everything in its place. "10 little sailor boys." Charming. I won't do that. That isn't going to help. I won't do that. Perhaps another... It's a rather ostentatious painting.
It'll never work, I tell you. We should never have agreed. A house party only a week after we arrive? And no other help?
Ethel, calm yourself.
You promised me. Never again, you said.
How was I to know? Oh, Mr. Narracott. Ethel will be preparing you a meal in here once the guests are served.
Copper pots, just as I'd expect. Mr. Rogers, I was wondering if I might have a word.
If you'll forgive me, sir, I'm far too busy to talk with you at present.
It's a press. Looks like it can hold quite a large amount of fruit. Nothing else to see about that. I see nothing remarkable. I can't see anything of interest. The larder is very well stocked. I don't need to lug this around with me. I don't need it. No need to call unnecessary. The larder is very well. The refrigerator hardly seems large enough for a house of this size. It's a painting of a flower. Looks like a water lily. I copied the contents into my notebook. I can't see anything of interest. I copied the contents into my notebook. Interesting painting. Birds don't appeal to me, but someone here certainly fancies them.
Would you just look at all these silk sheets? All embroidered GS. I'll bet that was that actress who used to live here. And I've dropped them on this filthy floor.
Can I give you a hand, Mrs. Rogers?
Thank you, Mr. Narracott. You seem like a good sort. I'm sorry for your boat.
That sounds like the dinner bell.
Mr. Narracott, unfortunately, we are not prepared for your presence at dinner. I would be most happy to deliver you a sandwich later this evening, if that will do.
That will be fine, Rogers. Thank you.
Excellent. Now, if you will excuse me, I must get to serving.
By all means. I can hear them all in the dining room chattering. I can't quite make out what they're saying. This might be a good time to explore the house more thoroughly. It's a sturdy cast-iron stove. Aha! With my ear against the door, conversation becomes quite clear.
Wine, Doctor?
No, thank you, Rogers. I never touch alcohol. Except for sterilizing wounds or instruments, of course.
I tried to collect some apples from an orchard on the island, but a bee stung me. I'm afraid I dropped the basket and ran. No need to apologize. I myself am dreadfully allergic to bees, wasps, hornets. I'm sorry to hear there are bees here. Oh, you must take care. There's all sorts of those bee house things. What do you call it?
An apiary.
Oh, I thought that was for monkeys.
Ethel!
Miss Claythorne, we've never met, but I do seem to recall your name.
Oh?
Yes, from when I stayed at that stuffy old hotel near St. Trednick. Do you know it?
No. No, I don't think so.
Really? How extraordinary. I was so shocked.
Narracott says he's not Fred Fane, but his brother. It may well be, but he bears watching.
Seems like such a nice man.
They said the same thing about Stevenson, the child murderer.
I confess I've never met our host, Mr. Owen. What kind of a man is he? Rogers?
We haven't seen the Owens either, sir. We were only engaged a week ago by letter, and asked to make the house ready.
So no one has actually met the Owens.
How extraordinary.
I, for one, will have some sharp questions for the Owens when they do arrive.